Hello everybody, welcome back to Make Me Crafts for Kids at Home. We're getting ready for our Halloween event coming up, the Pumpkin Parade. So these crafts that I'm going to be showing you, the craft I'm going to be doing today, and I'll do another couple days from now, they will not be available until the Halloween event. And then if we have any left over, they'll go into our ordering menu. And starting next week, you can order crafts right at the service desk because we'll be open a couple days a week. And you can walk on in and say, I'd like a craft. So that's another way you can get our crafts other than the curbside. We're moving forward in our protocols, gradually reopening. So we're really going to be happy to see our patrons in the building again. So what are we going to be doing for our first pumpkin parade craft? Going to be making a pumpkin bracelet. This is the instructions. The bracelet can be great for anyone over the age of 3, or as long as they're not swallowing the little pony beads. So if you come and sign up, and that's another thing I want to tell you, the pumpkin parade is registration only. We need to make sure we have enough crafts for you. So spaces are filling up. The first session is almost full. The second one is 3/4 full, and the third one still has some spaces, but once they're full, that's going to be it. So this kit that is going to be available then contains a chenille stem, otherwise known as a pipe cleaner, and 20 orange pony beads, and then some sticky file folding labels that you can put on file folders. And that's so that you can use it for a little bit of math if you want to have multiple purpose for your craft. You can use it as a math tool, and you can also use it as something fun for your child to use for their for their decorations, for their costume, or just to enjoy to wear any old time. So of course, you know, using a chenille stem and pony beads just to thread on for your 3, 4, 5-year-olds is very nice motor skills, good fine motor development, and gives them something to do for a good 15-20 minutes. So they can thread all 20 of these beads around and then twist them up and make themselves a bracelet. But here I'm going to show you in just a minute how to use it as a math tool. A very concrete way of learning addition and subtraction, and maybe even multiplication and division. So I'm going to put 7 beads on this bracelet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I'm going to turn the camera around. So if you'll just give me a second, hold on. Okay, so now let's kind of take a look at this and see how we want to use this to learn some math. So you could see I just took one of the stickers and I wrote the number 7 on it, as we have 7 beads. So now I'm going to turn this into a bracelet, and I'm going to put the number 7 right here. So now, I'll actually face it this way. So now when I'm talking to my child, I want them to make some math facts with using the total of 7. And you have 7 beads, so I'm going to put 2 on one side and 5 on the other side. You probably want them to count that themselves. And then I'm going to ask them to make a number sentence. 1, 2 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Of course, you can go 7 minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equals 2. So there's that number sentence. So now I want to see Move 2 of these over. And now let's look at this number sentence. How many do we have total? We have 7. 7 minus 1, 2, 3, 4 equals 1, 2, 3. And what if I wanted to do multiplication and division? So I'm using 7, and this might be a way that they can discover that this is a prime number, because if I try to divide it evenly into groups of 2, I can't do that. So multiplication and division, let's change it up. Let's take one off. And we'll work with the number 6. So I'm making another sticker for 6 right now. So this is a number that can be divided. Let's see how many ways we can do that. So let's start with the 6 here. And let's call it sets, because that's another nice concrete way of looking at that. So say, how many sets can I make? I can make these sets, and they all have the same number of beads, right? So how would I write that as a number formula? So I have, how many sets do I have? I have 3 sets, and how many are in each set? 2. And that equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And what if I said, okay, I wanted to take all the beads, and then I want to make sure that there are 2 children in the house and they both get the same amount. So if I went 1 here, 1 there, 1 here, 1 there, 1 here, and 1 there. Now we are dividing, and that started with 6 beads. And how many children were there? There were 2 children. And then how many beads did each child get? 3. Divided by 2 equals 3. So there's a couple of different ways that you can teach math with this. And then, of course, you can simply let your child play with the beads, as I had mentioned before, string them all together, and make a lovely bracelet or a snake. Maybe you don't have a child who enjoys wearing jewelry and would rather have a snake. So that is another option to use. You can say, well, I want this to be a snake. So you want to block off the ends if you're going to do that. And a little rattle on the end there for that rattlesnake. And so there you would have a snake that you could play with, or a bracelet, or a math tool. So I have a few more to go, but I think you get the idea. And you want to probably measure your child's wrist first, and then send them off and let them enjoy. And that is it. So, okay, so that's how you make your pumpkin parade bracelet or snake or math tool. Everyone who signs up who is over the age of 3 or will not swallow the beads is certainly welcome to have one of these. And there's no charge for the crafts. We will have crafts. We will be giving away some treats. We will have a photo booth. We will have a couple of things that you may be able to come home with, including my friend Pete. So we're going to have a couple of our staff and board members have been working on decorating some pumpkins for you, and there's a fun and interesting way that we can figure out how you're going to take them home. We will also have some baked goods for sale, and some books for sale. We'll have an outdoor book sale and an outdoor bake sale. And if you're in your costume, we'll have a place for you to take a picture. And if you'd like to send us your picture and let us put it on our social media with your parents' permission, that would be just delightful. So we'll see you next time. I'll be doing a few more of these craft programs to see what you might be wanting to come home with. All right, thanks. Take care.